I don't know about you, but there's been lots of sparkly things happening at the moment. So we've had Strictly, we've had Christmassy festive bits coming in, and then this week with the Bond premiere, seeing all those gorgeous things, and the Duchess of Cambridge in that gorgeous dress. So I've gone all a bit sparkly today and gone with the Bond theme. Oh my goodness, everything's flying in. Wow. I can actually see comments a bit better this time. This could be good, couldn't it? As long as the internet holds up all right. So hi, Jamie. Hi, Tony. Jamie's at Longleat. Oh, so you're still in the spa, Jamie. Hi, Greg. Thank you. Yes, I like a bit of Bond. Well, the cocktails are always good and strong, aren't they? Hi, Diane. Okay. Very good. Okay, I think everything's going to move along nicely then with this new look. So hopefully we'll go well. So a bit of a mixture today. I have got 5 again for you. I'm going to start with one that is called Casino Royale. And there's a few recipes for Casino Royale, but this one I really like the sound of. So this is with gin. So you'll need some gin. I have got the Hortus London Dry Gin from Lidl. I quite like that for cocktails. Now, James Bond would typically have his Gordon's gin. So if you've got your Gordon's in the cupboard, then great. Even Lidl's version of the Gordon's, you know, in the green bottle, that's pretty good for cocktails too. You will need some maraschino liqueur. And I don't know how well you can see that. That's Marasquin, and that's by Briatech. Luxardo do one as well. Oh, Jamie says he can't see any other comments. So hopefully you can all see each other's comments. So let me know if anyone else is, because I need to learn for next week. If not, there might be a setting somewhere. So I've got gin, maraschino liqueur. You'll need some orange juice. So I've just got orange juice from the supermarket. You'll need a little bit of lemon juice. So fresh lemon juice will work well here. And we'll be topping up with fizz. So champagne, cava, or as I've got here, Prosecco. So on most of the recipes I've seen, it's champagne really, but we can't all stretch that, can we? So we're going to build this one into our shaker. All of these tonight are shaken, not stirred. There we go. To get that one in, don't I? So I don't know if anybody's been to see the latest Bond movie. I'm not one that goes to the cinema very often, but I do like a Bond film, I have to say. So a nice bit of ice into your shaker. If possible, chill down everything for these cocktails tonight, because it really will help. I've just realised I meant to put my glasses in the freezer for a little bit. Greg can see all the comments. Brilliant, thank you, Greg. And so I think everything is working okay for you guys at home. It's just my view that's changed, I think. So we are going to serve this one. You'd normally serve it into your classic martini glass, but I'm using mine for a bit later. So I'm going to serve mine in a coupe or a champagne saucer. So like I say, have the glasses in the freezer just for 20-30 minutes beforehand. Chill them right down. Chill your shaker down as well in the freezer too. It really helps. So what am I doing for this? Jigger. So jigger. I had some funny comments again. A jigger is basically a measure for cocktail spirits and things like that, or well, in any bar it's called a jigger. Probably called a jigger in other places as well. Yes, Greg, lots of fresh citrus, lots of citrusy loveliness going on with these ones. They're all pretty clean and elegant cocktails, these ones. And then the big hitter at the end, it's all booze. So you just need one gin. This is a really refreshing, light cocktail. Nice one to start the evening on. A nice one if people don't like anything too heavy. And then you want half a shot of your maraschino liqueur. This brings a bit of sweetness and a little fruitiness to it as well, which I love. So maraschino is based on cherries, but it's not as strong as your cherry brandy and things like that. Then we want, I think it's one shot of your orange juice. If you've got fresh oranges, then go for that. You don't always get a huge amount of juice out of an orange, but for this you will. You'll get plenty. And then just a quarter to a half, depends how tart you like your cocktails, quarter to a half of lemon juice in this one. No, very, well, it's about a third, I think mine is. And then we're going to shake all that up. Might not need much for the topping out, you only top up with fizz. Oh, there it is. So shake until it's nice and cool. And then we're going to strain it. At this point, strainers are on the other side of the table. And get them without knocking anything over. Oops, that's not. Oops, that's foolish. There we go. And then strain into our glass. It smells lovely. Something about orange in cocktails, and I think this would be a lovely brunch cocktail as well. Really refreshing. And then we're going to top up with our fizz. So like I say, champagne if you can, cava, a bit of Prosecco, any of them will work in this one. Be gentle. If you need to three it, don't fill it too high. Nice top up with that. If you didn't want to add the wine element to it, you could top up with a soda water if you prefer. And then we're going to use zest of orange to garnish. So do my best, but a nice big wad. So a nice wide piece of zest, I use a potato peeler. I find that's easier than cutting. Whoops, she says. Garnish live yet again. If you haven't watched me before, you won't know I'm rubbish at garnish. So I must practice. So I've got quite a bit of pith on there, but just straighten up your edges. I'm going to get that off very easy without making a mess, so do that. And then with orange, so give it a bit of a squeeze, get those oils moving around, and then just swipe the outside of your glass with the orange peel, and then another little twist, get it as twisty as you can, pretty as you can, and just drop that in, and that's our Casino Royale. Oh yeah. That is so refreshing, really lovely. That would be a nice one Christmas Day as well, instead of your Bucks Fizz, or instead of, I've forgotten what it's called, Mimosa. That's beautiful, really like that one. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to swap some bits out. The next one is not one that I had actually associated with James Bond, to be honest. But he has served a Rum Collins in Thunderball, and I thought it would be a good one to do because a Collins is a really easy one to mix up. Oh, Greg's saying, is there something a Bond baddie would drink or a Bond girl? I think probably a Bond girl, that one. Yeah, I don't think a baddie would go for that one. It's too pretty and so this next one is Rum Collins. Anybody can drink this one, and this one you can really play around with. So you've perhaps heard of a Tom Collins. So gin, you can do vodka, you can use lemon or lime, and then you're topping up with your soda water. It's a really refreshing, lovely one for any time of day. And I'm actually not going to use rum for this one. You usually use white rum, but you can use a dark rum if you wish. I think it probably spoils a dark rum, to be honest, but I do love my rum. So we will go for, I'll show you what I'm going to do with it, actually, because I told you what's in it properly. So if you're following the recipe that we put up on the ingredients, then use a white rum, so something like Bacardi. Or if you want, you can leave out the alcohol completely. Or what I'm going to try it with is a non-alcoholic spirit. So it's a distilled spirit in the same way that a gin or a vodka would get distilled. I'm actually using Seedlip, and it's their Garden 108. So this one, I'm not normally one for non-alcoholic cocktails, as I'm sure you've realised. But actually, if you're driving or you want to lay off the alcohol, then there's so many 0% non-alcoholic spirits out there that have just as much care and attention going into them as any gin would have, for example. So this one, it's actually got peas in it, so it's got that refreshing pea flavour to it. That's will either put people off or not. But lots of other herbs in it and everything distilled in here too. So, and there's no sugar or anything like that. So it's not a liqueur, it's very much a spirit. So this one, I can take it or leave it, to be honest. But it works well in this type of cocktail. So rather than swapping out, say, your gin for a non-alcoholic spirit, swapping the spirit in a cocktail, I think, works better for these. I don't really like it with tonic. So, yeah, just me, perhaps. So we are going for 2 ounces of your spirit if you are using a spirit. Like I say, you can leave it out. And so, yeah, it's very much peas. You know when peas are freshly shelled? It's that kind of flavour, really. Ooh, somebody's got some classic music going on. That's it, driving by. Very loud. So 2 ounces of your spirit, about a teaspoon, half a teaspoon of sugar, or a quarter to a half a shot of sugar syrup into here. It just brings a little sweetness to your cocktail. Then we are going to, which one should I use? This one perhaps. We're going to use the juice of 1 lime. Okay. If you're using lemon, you go for half a lemon. Okay. It's I prefer my Collins with lime. Go for what you prefer. If you prefer lemon, then go lemon. But I do recommend the lime. Well, I think you guys are a little bit behind me. Yeah, non-alcoholic pea gin. So it's not quite a gin because there's no juniper in this one, I don't think. But it's a spirit rather than a. It's weird not having the alcohol, I'd say. But it's quite nice. Quite nice. There's loads out there. Seedlip are what they have a selection of on board the P&O ships. So you will see them on there. There's a few different flavours that they do. But there's loads of them doing it now. Even Gordon's are doing a 0%. It's great if you're the driver and you don't want to be stuck on an orange juice or a Coke, quite frankly. Hi, Roberts. Thank you. Very kind. So we are going for juice of 1 lime. I've got quite a big lime here, but I love lime, so I'm not worried about that at all. And we have got a little sugar in there, remember, so it's not going to be too bad. I suppose it's like a fancy lemonade or limeade type thing, this one. And then we're going to shake this just a little. And I'd better prepare my glass. So we're going to serve this into a highball. Oh my goodness, my ass is together. World's biggest highball. Oops. Oh, I'm glad it's done that. That'll do for now. I need more ice for later. Still have seedlip in it. Well, this is probably, yeah, this is a couple of years older. This is also from pregnancy days. And, well, Elliot's 5. So you can see how well it's done. I think it's because I bought it as a way to have a gin and tonic, but I don't like it with tonic, I have to say that. But in this and in cocktails, I like it. So it's finding the right seedlip that you like, or whatever spirit. And there's much more than seedlip out there now as well. So there's lots you can try. But yeah, it's getting on a bit. 5 years is probably a bit long to have it, I don't know. So you don't need to go too shaky with this one. It has got very cold actually, so that's good. And we're going to strain this into there, over your ice. And you could use gin in here, you could use vodka, you could use tequila. So it's a bit noisy outside because we've got book boxes outside. I top up with our soda, which I've got here. Normally I get soda water in cans, but we couldn't find any anywhere today, so I've got a bottle. Probably go everywhere. Oh no, all right. So top up with your soda water. Pretty fizz. You can really play around with this. You could even swap out lemon or lime for grapefruit or for orange. So anything citrusy with a spirit works so well. And I like to leave it a bit like this because I like all the loveliness to be at the bottom. And you can, I'm just going to garnish with the spent lime. If you've got one of these types of squeezers, then using the spent lime as your garnish is a great way to not then open up another lime, because there's plenty in there. You could use a slice of lemon, you can put a cherry in there as well, whatever you're going for. And then we'll pop a couple of straws in. So this one is probably a lovely Caribbean type one, especially if you've used that rum. Yep, no worries. I would prefer rum, but that does work. So, yeah, if you're not a drinker, then and you want something a bit more special, especially at Christmas time, then choosing one of the non-alcoholic spirits is a good way to do it. I think even Warner's are doing one now as well. So, you know, Warner's Gin, they're reasonably local to us, just over the border. But they're doing a 0% now as well. So I think you'll start seeing a lot of distilleries having either low or no alcohol spirit. So give it a go, because some of them are pretty good. Hi Helen, thanks for joining us. So that was our Rum Collins. Oops. And our next one, this is where we get a bit more Bond, like in my head to do anyway, because we are going to do Goldfinger. So this is where I get mixed up, because I start singing Goldeneye in my head, but it's not, it's Goldfinger cocktail. So for this one, we're bringing out the vodka. So I think Robert will like this one. So I've got Absolute vodka. There was an offer the other week on litre bottles on Amazon, so I snaffled one of those. You'll need some Galliano liqueur. Now, you'll see me use this before. I really like it. It is sort of a herbal vanilla type liqueur. Comes in this fab bottle. This is the L'Autentico, the authentic one, so the original. You can get a vanilla version as well. That would work here. But I do find this one is the good one. So any sort of sweet herbal liqueur, Benedictine might work. Something like that might work here as well, if you've done anything like that. If you don't want to splash out on Galliano, you don't know what you use actually. Probably could get away with a banana liqueur, something like that with this one, because we've got pineapple juice into here as well. So it's 3 ingredients, nice and easy. and nice and fruity as well. So we're going for 1.5 vodka. Okay, might be a 1 3/4. House meshes again. Oh, I've lost the lid. I have to put the lids back on, otherwise I end up sending everything everywhere. Then it's just half, no, it's not 3/4 for your Galliano. I love the smell of this. If you're into your liqueurs and you herbal liqueurs, things like Strega would work here as well. So, or Liquor 43, I don't know if you've tried that one as well. All fairly similar, but very distinctive and very different. But all good. Lovely luminous Galliano. And this, if you wanted to keep in the cruise theme, this is actually originates from Livorno. So, or however you say it, it's probably much more of a flourish than I can give it. And then 1 shot of your pineapple juice. So not too much pineapple juice. If you wanted, you could make this longer by serving it on the rocks and topping up with pineapple juice. This is a short cocktail. And I'm going to, I've served things the wrong way around. In the wrong place. I meant to serve the Casino Royale in this one. So it'll look a little shorter in this one, but that's fine. No, I haven't gone wrong. My brain's gone wrong. I'm going to use this one. We'll see what happens. It might be a little shorter anyway. These are quite large martini glasses. So your martini glasses might be a little smaller. You can get different sizes. My ice is sticking together like crazy. Oops. Okay, good old shake. You really want to shake this one a lot. You really want it chilled down. Oh dear, it's stuck together. There we go. Oh, my hands are freezing off now, so that's fine. You'll get a little foam from the pineapple juice. That's quite normal, and I quite like it, to be honest. And so we're going to strain this one into our glass. So like I say, it's a short cocktail. I don't mind the foam from the pineapple, so up to you whether you squish a bit more into that. And there we go. No garnish with this one. That's just it. Goldfinger. Oh, that's so good. The herbs really come out of that Galliano. Oh, it's beautiful. That's right up my street, that one. It's got delicate sweetness, but isn't too sweet. Oh. Tastes a little boozy as well. I like that. All right, so that was number 3. So our next one is a Moneypenny. So I have made this before. I think it was on one of mine on the page, on my own page, and I didn't like it. So I'll tweak the recipe a bit. I'm hoping this time I'm going to like it, because on paper it sounds delicious and it's all the flavours I like. So you will need your gin. So here's some gin. Again, I'm going to use the Horters here. Use a dry gin. A dry gin is better than, say, an Old Tom gin with this one. And you will need some grapefruit juice. So we've got pink grapefruit juice. Tropicana one this time, getting fancy. And some dry vermouth. So I have got Londino dry vermouth. You can see that, so it's quite a posh one. It came with a bundle with sapling vodka that I had a couple of weeks ago. I've only just opened it, but it's absolutely delicious. So, sorry, I just realised my light keeps going in and out wherever I move. Still haven't got the lighting right. I might have to switch to the other side of the table next time. So we've got the grapefruit juice, the dry vermouth, the gin, some sugar syrup. Oh, I forgot to bring my sugar syrup through, so I'm going to use a little bit of sugar. And you'll want some grapefruit bitters if you can. I forgot to get some grapefruit bitters, so I'm going to use orange bitters. You could use lemon bitters, possibly even tonic bitters here, depending on what you've got. I get these little bottles in the sets from the Bitter Truth, rather than buying a big one, because I never get through it all otherwise. Having said that, I get through a lot of orange bitters, so maybe I need a big one of those. And then you'll need some grapefruit, dried or fresh, to garnish, and I'm going to use Zest Company grapefruit in mine. So, I just concentrate with this one because I keep getting it wrong. That's why I'm a little distracted. So we'll get some ice into a shaker. It's another one that really needs to be chilled down, so don't be afraid to chill everything with this one. We are going for 2 gin. If you don't have gin, you could use vodka in this. That would work as well. I wouldn't go down the rum route. I don't think it would work. And then we want not too much grapefruit juice, actually, just about 3/4 of a shot of your grapefruit juice. I've just seen Jamie's got no garnish. No, yeah, no. It's the only one without a garnish. Actually, yeah, no, it is. So about 3/4 of your grapefruit. Pink grapefruit, I think, gives a nicer colour and a little sweetness to it. Whereas the sort of yellow grapefruit I find that a bit more tart. So up to you. It doesn't matter which one you choose, really. We are going to use 1/2 shot of dry vermouth. So this really brings in some other sort of, I don't know if this one's mentioned what it, no, it doesn't. But vermouth has got lots of herbs and spices, sort of a root type spices as well. And well, if you've watched me before, you know I rave about vermouth because I think it's very underrated, and it can be such a beautiful drink. So vermouth and tonic, something like that. So 1/2 of vermouth into there, dry vermouth, so it's your white vermouth, so Martini Bianco, something like that, rather than your Martini Rosso. The Rosso is always red, and that's a sweet vermouth. Then we need a little bit of sugar, not too much. You do not need much at all. 1/4 teaspoon, 1/4 shot of sugar syrup is all you'll need. And then 3 or 4 drops of your bitters. You'll have seen me do dashes galore sometimes, especially in a martini. But you just need a few drops with this one. Okay. Grapefruit bitters would be better, but don't worry. Have I got everything in? Yes, I think I have. So, good old shake with this one as well. And I'm going, as it's a Moneypenny, we'll go pretty. We'll do one in this glass here. So more of a vintage cocktail glass. A lot of cocktail glasses, early 1900s. So well, not this one, but the design of this one dates back to sort of 1910. So they were often more of this type of shape rather than your classic martini glass that we see now. So shake it up. Nice and cold. I think I've done that one in the same amount as the pineapple because it's frothing a little bit. Use a clean shaker. And we're going to strain. That one doesn't fit very well in there. We're going to strain into our glass. Really pretty colour. I always think this one. Again, it's a short cocktail. Don't expect masses. You can, of course, increase your measures if you want to, and just keep it all in balance. And then I'm going to use a piece of the dried Vesper Company grapefruit, which I've had quite a while actually. This is my last bit of zest, I think. I need to get another order in. They do all sorts, so all of the citrus, strawberries. Oh, what was the other one I was thinking of? The apple slices and the pineapple slices as well. Fantastic. So there we go. Really lovely, elegant one. I think. I don't. You can see my my grapefruit very well on there because it's floating on the top. I like to use dried. I think it brings sort of a more, what's the word? Sort of a richer flavour than using fresh. And grapefruit especially. I don't really get grapefruit very often as a garnish because I end up using a bit and then not really doing much with the other half of it. So the dried works brilliantly. That's how it tastes. See if I like it this time. Oh yeah, that's much better than last time. It's really quite sharp. It is very grapefruit. The grapefruit is really, I love it. It's really fresh. Actually, it's really nice. I don't know what I did wrong last time then. But it's all good now. Okay, a little tidy up for our final one. I'm sure some of you will have guessed what it is, because it is a very popular one. It's probably one that a lot of people will think about. You will need your gin. You will need your vodka. And you will need Lillet Blanc. This is the classic recipe. A lot of people won't have Lillet Blanc, although you can get it in a lot of supermarkets now. And if you love your martini type cocktails, then I do recommend getting a bottle of Lillet because it is beautiful. And it's a wine-based aperitif, so very similar to vermouth. So a lot of recipes will switch out, in a classic recipe, will switch out the Lillet for a dry vermouth. So just like we used earlier, you could use your dry vermouth here if you don't have the Lillet Blanc. That's absolutely fine. But this is following the classic recipe. And there's something very delicate and beautiful about the Lillet that some vermouths are not quite as delicate. And that's why I like it for some of the more vintage cocktails that I do. 3 ingredients. Easy peasy, right? And so this is, if you haven't already guessed, this is a Vesper. So this one is, I think, what has really become popular from the films, as well as the vodka martini, really. It's one I've always enjoyed. It is a classic from, well, I say way back, from when the books were written, I think. But yes. So, get my measures right. It's quite boozy, this one. So, yeah, go steady. You will need 3 shots of gin. Just realised I've got my glass bit. Doing the wrong side. So 3 shots of gin. Into there. So again, James Bond would be using probably Gordon's. Any dry gin is going to work well. There's our 3 gin. Getting through my gin. What I do like actually from the Hortus range is the garden gin. I don't know if you've tried that one. That's a really pretty one. A bit more floral. We are going to go for 1 vodka. Oops. And then just half of the Lillet Blanc or half of your vermouth. Might as well just finish it off. Which one was that? Oh, that. Sometimes. But, that's when they're all good. There we go. So you see, this is going to be a really lovely, clear, classic looking martini style. And it really is very similar to a martini. So if you love a classic gin martini, even a classic vodka martini, you're going to like this. You know, a bit more nice. Chill, chill, chill. And we're going to serve this in, of course, a martini glass. You could, although say use a dry gin, if you do have a favourite gin, then experiment with that, because it really is the gin that will make this drink. The vodka gives it a bit of a kick, and the Lillet just brings through some of those mellow flavours. So yeah, go with what you like as your gin. So some people don't always like. Very cold hand. God, it's really noisy outside. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's very, very noisy. So strain this one. I've got boy races now. And it'll be cloudy initially, and that will settle. So that's the liquid. And we are going to do, very similar to the Casino Royale, going to do a strip of lemon wedge for our garnish. My lemons are a bit rubbish, so I don't know how well this is going to work. It's been a while since we've had really nice proper lemons, but the peel is dreadful. Really. Ooh, what a mess. That'll do. So again, just going to straighten up the edges. I've got to learn how to do those fancy twisty things that people are doing at the moment. These look so fabulous. I tend to concentrate on the boozy bit. So nice squeeze of your lemon twist. You want those oils to be coming out. Actually, it smells gorgeous. You know, it looks a bit rubbish. And then you just drop that in. You don't need to do anything around the rim of the glass or anything with it being lemon. Just drop that in. And that is our Vesper. Ah, so good. It's boozy, but it is really, really clean. I don't know if you've heard me say sometimes that it tastes like the smell of fresh laundry and fresh linen. That sort of flavour, that's what it reminds me of. I have no idea, you might probably disagree, but that's what it reminds me of. I probably should have double strained that, because there's a few little bits floating around from the ice shards. So for a really, really clear drink, double straining with a tea strainer style strainer, as well as your shaker strainer, is a really good way to get that clear. That's clearing down quite nicely. So let's line these up. Go this way. Can you see those okay? I'm a bit further. I've got the computer a bit further. Closer to me. It's not going to be a bad lineup, is it? I've not got a lid on that, so I'll put that over there. There we go. There. How does that look? Not too bad. Alright, so not as colourful, but I think very elegant. And yes, lots of citrus. You were right, you were right there, Greg. So first up we had that beautiful Casino Royale. And this one, I just think this would be lovely as a breakfast cocktail. Breakfasty brunch. So this was gin, orange juice, maraschino liqueur for the sweetness, some lemon juice, and then topped up with the fizz of your choice. I could drink those all day, to be honest. This one, if I'd have made it with rum, I would love it. I have made it with the seedlip. I kind of like it. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. So that was our spirit, or whether it be a distilled spirit or an alcoholic alcoholic spirit or not. Then we had yum, love this. This was our Goldfinger. This was vodka, Galliano, and pineapple juice. Simple but absolutely delicious. Then we had the Moneypenny. Finally got this right, I think. So that was our grapefruit. Was a grapefruit juice, the gin, the dry vermouth, a little bit of sugar syrup, and some bitters in there as well. And we garnished that with that lovely dried grapefruit, and then the Vesper. Absolute classic. And that's your lots of gin, bit of vodka, and a little bit of Blue Le Blanc in there, and finish off that lemon twist. Really, really elegant, that. But if you've got friends round, you probably don't want to serve too many of them because you'll just deplete your gin completely. Yeah, I'm pretty chuffed with all of those, to be honest. I do think... Oh, no, I think this one's my favourite, the Galliano. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Jamie. Off for an evening swim. Oh, nice. To be honest, I'm not that fussed on swimming, but it sounds lovely. Thank you, Helen. Yeah, that Casino Royale is beautiful. So that's one for any time of day, I'd say. So thank you very much. Next one is it 7th? I want to say the 17th, something like that. So, and then we might have to change the dates around a little bit for November and December. I've got lots going on in November and December, so, but I'll let you know on that one. So the next one, don't know what to do actually for the next one. Open book. So if you've got anything you want using up in your cupboard, any more seed lip in there, perhaps you can keep that one, Greg. But yeah, if you've got anything you want to use, you want to know how to use a particular ingredient, or you've got a favourite cocktail that you'd like to try and make but don't quite know how to make it, and just let me know. We'll have a look at that as well. Thank you very much. Have a lovely rest of Sunday and a great couple of weeks, and I'll see you in the group. Thank you very much. Bye bye.